All right, so this is my theory as to what causes skull expansion. So I found this in a qigong book that I have, really the only qigong book I have. This guy's talking about he mentions this thing called the 12 pieces of jade, which is like this pictogram thing in China that was like dated to the 6th century BC, and it's about the breath, and the breath is related to the qi, the life force, and how to collect the breath properly and have it descend in the body. I thought had an interesting application to male pattern baldness. So it says here, when the qi goes down, it becomes quiet. When it becomes quiet, it will solidify. When it becomes solidified, it will begin to sprout. After it has sprouted, it will grow. As it grows, it will be pulled back again to the upper regions. So it's going up and down. Right? It comes down, goes up, maybe it goes back down. When it's been pulled back, it will reach the crown of the head. When it pulls back up, it will reach the crown of the head. Above, it will press against the crown of the head. Below, it will press downwards. So this thing's moving up and down, this life force, and where it settles, it presses. And it comes up to the crown and the head, presses up. It comes down, it'll press downward somewhere. So I thought this was interesting because of guys like this. Right? Something looks like it's pressing on the crown of the head. Something looks like it's pressing on the crown of the head. Something, again, it looks like it's pressing on the crown of the head. Is that the only? No. Another one. Something looks like it's pressing on the crown of the head. So I think it's this chi stuff, this life force, which is this insubstantial, energetic intelligence. Science can't measure it. They can't quantify it. They can't substantiate it. Flows through these meridians, according to traditional Chinese medicine theories. And it goes up and down. Right? You go up, go down, and where it settles, it'll press. Right? So what I'm thinking, what's the next slide? I forget what I have here. Yeah. So these are the ancient alchemical symbols. And so the masculine symbols are an upward triangle. The feminine symbols are a downward triangle. So like what the ancient scientists, the real scientists, what they observed is that you have these two polar forces in nature, male and female. Male tends to go up, right? Fire goes up, air is up, as above the earth, as opposed to the female force tends to go down. Water goes down, right? It rains, it goes down. Water always falls down to its lowest point. The earth is down here. The air in the heavens are up. Male, earth, male, air, heavens, fire. Female, down, water, earth. And you want to be balanced. When it's balanced, you have life. And when you have imbalance, then you have disease. All right, so let's see anatomically. You can see how this up-down polarity kind of sculpts our bodies. There's an attractive male-female, perhaps. I don't know. I'm going to give it to the. So you have one thing to notice, this guy's got a flat forehead, and so he's got a nice hairline. But you see, like, the male is broadest up at the shoulders compared to the female. Narrow shoulders, broad shoulders. The male has a bigger head, big head, small head. The female, although, has a larger waist or wider waist. The male, maybe is about as wide, or maybe it's a little, I don't know, his shorts are a little bulky there, but you see, like, proportionally, the male has the wider upper body. The more of the mass is carried up here for the male, the more of the mass for the female is carried down here, right? Male up. The male force comes up. The life force comes up. And where it settles, it presses, right? It's pressing out. So it seems like it's pressing out. Wherever it settles, it presses, expands. Wherever it settles, it expands. This is expansive. Like she carries a lot of her mass and a lot of her width in the lower body. You can see this in this grotesque-looking couple here. Even though this female is just gigantic, her head is about as big as, maybe this guy's head's even bigger. Much shorter. He's over a foot shorter, but his head is just as big. And his shoulders are just as wide, maybe even wider. But her hips are huge, right? Definitely wider than this dude's. Right? So in general, the male force makes us taller and the female stay down closer to earth, especially after puberty. Think about it. After puberty, men grow up, male force, up. And the females don't grow that much. In fact, they kind of stop growing at puberty and they just gain mass here. This is where they grow after puberty. There's a shift, energetic shift. We get more male and females get more female. There's radical sexual dimorphism that happens after puberty. Males grow up. They get bigger, and then this area gets bigger. The females stay close to the earth. Females stay close to the earth. Males get higher towards the heavens, and all their mass goes in the upper part of their body. All the female mass goes into the lower part of the body. Big legs, big hips, right? Big hips, narrow shoulders, big hips. I mean, this can happen. Females can be really tall, but you can see the work of the polarities. Narrow shoulders, small head, big hips. Narrow hips, big, most of the mass is right here and here. Big head. Most of her mass is right here. It's all really skinny up here. Not a lot of mass, right? The mass is here, lower, female. So what I think is going on is that there's an imbalance in male energy. And males are more susceptible to a male imbalance, not surprisingly. So when that balance gets out of whack, and for various reasons, which may not get into, but like social conditioning factors, I think are a big part of it. Learning to read too soon, just our culture. But I think that there's a male imbalance where there's a lot more upward male energy than there should be, and it's coming up. It's getting shot up into the skull, and it's pressing up. It's pressing against the skull. Male energy is coming up. It's imbalanced. You don't have balance. We have too much of this, not enough of this. And so that male energy is coming up and it's pushing against the skull. Now, I think part of it is, males, this is offensive to some people, I'm sure. Males are more logical and rational. That's our advantage. Females are more intuitive. That's their advantage. Most of the psychics are female. The females are what are they called? They're they keep the peace, right? Because they can kind of intuit and like figure out like who's mad at who, and they can like kind of settle little disputes and whatever, But males, we're not as intuitive. Our energy is up here in the head. We're thinkers. Females, the energy's down here in the gut instinct, intuition. Gut instinct, intuition. This is the widest part of the body. Males, energy is up here in our heads, in our prefrontal cortices. That's where we do our thinking. And that happens to be the area of expansion for a lot of adult men with male pattern baldness. That's right at the prefrontal cortex. I think that the energy, we're thinking too much. You're supposed to be intuitive and you're supposed to think. It's not great to be rational and logical all the time. You got to be intuitive too. Right? There's a reason we have both of these faculties. I think the energy is getting shot up into our prefrontal cortex. We're in our heads in the form of anger, anxiety, right? We're just like thinking about all the things we have to do, all the people have pissed us off, like how are we going to tell them off, and like, things like, or worrying, just constant worrying about all the stuff we have to do, all our obligations, like the future. We're not taught to meditate, to be aware, to be balanced, to use our intuition, to turn off our thinking function. We're just, from the time we're kids, we're taught to read, and we go to school and we're taught to think logically and data-driven math. Not that I'm anti-math, but like there's a time to be taught math and logical thinking, and it's not in childhood. So what I think happens is we are conditioned to be thinkers, and that males have a propensity to think, and all that energy is getting shot up into that prefrontal cortex, form of worrying and thinking, and it's just expanding out the front of the skull. And expanding out the front of the skull. That energy is expanding the skull. I think it's energy. The reason being is that there's such a thing called prayer that all these ancient religions came up with independently, which is based on like the healing power of thoughts. Right? So you think about someone in a positive way and it heals them. How does that happen? Right? If all these cultures figured that out, and if you don't believe in that actually happens, let's think about the placebo effect, right? That's your mind healing you. Your thoughts have this healing energy to them. And so if you can think about someone else and heal them with your thoughts, there's got to be, and it's like this energy, it's got to be some energy that comes out of you and goes into the other person, right? So I think my thoughts go out. Thoughts go out. They push out, go to another person. Energy has a force. It's force times distance. Energy comes with force. So that force, the energy of your thoughts goes out, pushes out, changes your skull shape, erodes the contours of your skull, and then your growth pattern adjusts to the new skull contours. All right, what separates your forehead from the top of your head? This guy, there's no separation between what's his forehead, what's the top of his head. Like, it's just all forehead. Right, the etheric body here does not know what's going on. Like, where's the top of your head, pal? Can't figure it out. Where's your forehead end? Where does the top of your head begin? Where does your forehead end? Where does the top of your head begin? This is called etheric confusion. Anyway, that's what I think is going on. Male life force, male polarity is pulling the life force up into the prefrontal cortex and pushing it out. That's what causes skull expansion.